you're all as connected as ever, but I hope you're acting like you hate each other. It's nothing new. We always talk about how social media does the exact opposite of what it's actually supposed to do, which is supposedly to bring us together and build deeper connections. In fact, this is what Facebook's actual mission statement is. Facebook's mission statement is to give people the power to build community and bring the world closer together. So what social media has actually led to is the loneliest that people have probably ever been. We have things like the male loneliness epidemic, which if you haven't heard about it, it's basically talking about how young men have become more isolated and more or less shunned from society. Dating is hard, relationships are hard, it feels like there's no way out. And honestly, this just all leads down the whole red pill pipeline, and then that doubles down on really bad fundamental beliefs. Like, you're not gonna get a girlfriend if you genuinely think women are less than. Then there's the whole aspect of men feeling like they don't have anyone to talk to, and so they have no one to confide in when they're really going through it. Personally, it's not an issue over here. I definitely have the people I could talk to, and I make sure that my guys know that you can talk to me if you really need to. And then for the women, obviously I am not a woman, so this is based off my opinion and what I've observed. No cap, your friendships, your relationships, they kind of suck. Everyone knows how explosive things can get when it comes to birthday dinners and girl groups. It's crazy work, really. And then to add to that, the flakiness that you guys are so comfortable with, like that actually, it needs to be studied. Okay, long intro. I'm saying all this for what reason, you ask? Well, you know the saying that it takes a village to raise a child, or whatever it is? Well, in this day and age, raising a child, on top of all that pesky cost of living and inflation making everything more expensive, you gotta factor in that there is no village anymore. I would assume that it's more of a North America / Western culture, but everyone is super individualistic now. That's why we're seeing such an insane rise in loneliness, people feeling so isolated when we're as connected as we've ever been, and so much sadness and depression. And it all boils down to this me mentality.
In terms of like instant relief, canceling plans is an amazing feeling. It is so much easier not to do things than to do them.
To a degree, I can get behind the whole conversation about mental health and taking care of yourself. But to consistently cancel on the people that you care about because you're taking time for your mental health or just to take care of yourself, at a certain point, you're just being selfish. And it's even worse when people have the nerve to say, I don't need to explain myself. Like, sure, you don't need to explain yourself to a random stranger or someone that you just recently met, but your friends and family, you know, the people that you should care about what their opinion are of you, you most definitely need to explain yourself. Most of the time, this is usually expressed in a joking way, like it's not that deep. And trust me, I get it. I understand the wanting to just chill at home, watching a movie series, TV series, some anime. You know, I'm rewatching Naruto right now. Like, I get it. But we can't consistently be doing that. Even if you say you're an introvert, like you're avoiding your real life relationships and opting for isolation instead. Whether it be in front of the screen or doing whatever it is that you do. We can't be the same people who do those things and then scream and cry talking about there's no third places, there's no third spaces. Be real with yourself. You're not gonna show up to those spaces anyway.
I used to live in London. I live in Boston now, and I think what the US does wrong is the lack of third spaces.
Your 20s will get significantly better the second you realize how important third spaces are. I feel like we have just lost third spaces. And as somebody who grew up in New York, I got so accustomed just like sitting on the porch or like going to the corner store and getting a soda and sitting outside with my brothers and my cousins just like shooting the breeze. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've lost that.
They got rid of all the third spaces and then made the internet the only third space. That's why you feel so bad.
As Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. Fun fact, actually, that's not the actual quote. That's like the dumbed down internet version. This is what he actually said. We but mirror the world. All the tendencies in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world changes towards him. Yeah, so basically, be the change you want to see in the world. If we want to get past the whole loneliness epidemic and beat all the allegations that we're all so isolated and don't care about people, we have to make a conscious effort to create our own third spaces and to actually show up for your friends when they host things. That's another issue, that obviously more people would probably like to host things, but they can't trust that their friends are actually going to show up for them.
What is this epidemic of people not showing up for their friends' birthdays? I've seen it time and time again where people are like, oh, I just don't have it in me, or I'm really tired. And like, I get it. We're all tired. We're all burnt out. We all work a lot. But since when is that an excuse to not show up on one day a year for your close friend? Some people have been friends for like 5+ years and they're still like, oh, I don't have it in me to go to dinner tonight. What the fuck are you doing, dude? People are way too comfortable setting those boundaries now, but actually you should go out of your way to show up for your friend.
Actually, this summer, I hosted a nice barbecue at my crib, and I actually brought different friend groups together with this barbecue. And you can bet, when I get invited to things, if it works with my schedule, I show up. And even sometimes when it doesn't work with my schedule, I'll move my schedule around so I can make sure I show up for my people. What I truly think is missing is that people don't understand that being part of a village means being okay with sometimes being inconvenienced for the people that you care about. And that goes vice versa, because when you need help, it's probably going to be an inconvenience for someone else, but you're part of their village, so they're going to help you.
You know, I will be that friend that goes out with you if you need it. Like, if you're having a bad day and you're like, Brandon, I'm having the worst day of my life, you need to come sit and get drinks with me, I will be there for you. Even if I have to get up early the next day or I'm not really drinking right now, my ass is going to be fucking sad, because as your friend, who am I to deny you a good time?
Can we bring back actually showing up for your friends? Because I feel like nowadays everyone just can't be bothered and will cancel on the day on their friend. Like, if it's your friend's birthday, it doesn't matter if you're tired, you should still go. And yes, everyone's a culprit of it, but I feel like it's gotten so bad in the last year. Like, my friend was organising an event and she was like, I have to invite an extra 20 people because I know that 20 people will cancel day of. Like, how sad is that?
Inconvenience is the cost of community. So there is a conversation happening on the internet right now that annoyance is the cost of community and loneliness is the price you pay for a life of convenience. I actually fully agree. So I recently wrote a piece for Days all about it, hooked on this hilarious tweet that I saw. Inconvenience is the cost of community, I repeat to myself as I climb 6 flights of stairs for my friend's birthday party for her cat. What it basically means is that if you want to have kinship, close friendships, a support network, sometimes you are going to be inconvenienced. You will do things that you are not that keen on. It's not your cup of tea. Plans with friends will come when you're already busy or a little tired. I'm talking about helping a friend move flats when you're hungover, dragging yourself to a weird event when your housemate wants to go, or traveling for an hour to be there for a friend in need, even though all you've been dreaming about all week is lying on your sofa in your dressing gown and going on TikTok until you go cross-eyed.
Honestly, these days, it just feels like showing up for your people is such a lost art, and it makes me sad. And I know that I'm not the only one who feels this way. That's the issue. That's why for me, again, trying to be the change that I want to see in the world, I show up for the people that I care about as much as possible. Here's an example from not even 2 weeks ago. My girlfriend and my friend's girlfriend, they went out, had a good time, yada yada. My girl comes back home, then around 11:30 or like midnight, my friend calls me being like, yo, can you actually check on my girl because she's like puking and potentially dying type of thing. And he's asking me because he's out of town at this time. I'm like, yeah, of course we can go do that. So we go check on her. Funny enough, she's actually already asleep and she's fine, so we couldn't even really check on her. But then after, he's all apologetic, being like, you know, thank you so much for doing that. Like, I'm sorry that, you know, she was actually fine and then I asked you to do this and that. Then I kept repeating to him, I'm like, bro, you don't have to apologize or you don't have to necessarily thank me. Like, obviously you want to be thankful, but you don't have to do so much because like that's the whole point of friendship. That's the whole point of being part of your village, your network. I'm here for you when I'm able to be here for you. Like, it's not convenient for me to leave the house at 11:30 or 12 when we're just about to go to bed to go check on your girl, but you're part of the people that I care about, so I'm gonna do that for you. It all boils down to this. Doing life alone is so difficult. In fact, my church of Winnipeg, the slogan is "You can't do life alone." And if that's something that you believe, you need to understand that you will never have those people that you can consistently, reliably rely on, or develop any friendships that could even come close to that if you're more interested in being part of the village for the rewards that you get back, rather than you actually being a villager and doing some elbow grease work so that other people can benefit from everyone being part of the village. Do with that information what you will. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. I think throughout this year, I'm going to try to show real life examples / receipts of the things that I talk about. That way you guys all know that I'm not just yapping just to yap. Like, these are things that I truly believe and things that I'm trying to practice throughout my life. I got some things planned. It'll probably be in the form of vlogs or any other type of video concept that isn't just me talking. So stay tuned and remember to keep chasing greatness.